Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Y'all already know how I do that. I'll say you and me next, don't I? I always say that. I don't understand why I do that. 1, 2. I don't understand why I always say that. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna move this real quick, because I got a lot to do today. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj, the Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm here. It is the midday connection. Baby, how y'all is? Hey, come on in. The water it's fine. I want to do this show here. How you doing, Lady Rochelle? Blessings to you and the rest of y'all out there. I figured I'd tag a few people who are saying, I ain't getting notifications no more. I tagged you this time. Tag. You're it. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe and hit the bell. Bing, bing. Okay. Hey, I got a nice show here. I'm going to do it real fast here because I'm kind of hungry. You understand what I'm saying? How to identify your brand. Bam, right there. And I know I usually do this on a Monday night. This is how I usually call it Generational Wealth Mondays, all right? Your brand, and what is it? What is your brand? All right? Is your brand this thing that you created? Is it your intellectual property? Or is it you yourself? You must come to a conclusion on what it is. You must identify what the brand is, because if you don't do it, the audience will. It's just like a spiritual gift. There are many gifts of the Holy Spirit. For those of you who are my Christian friends, hang with me here. The world is going to just watch this and all right. There are gifts of the Holy Spirit that the Spirit gives willingly to whomever He wills. All right. So there's the gifts of healing. There's supernatural gifts. All right. There's word of wisdom and word of knowledge, and there are tongues and interpretations of tongues and prophesying and a whole lot of gifts. All right. How do you know what that gift is? Some of you know what your gift is and you operate in that freely. But then there are those who don't know what their gifts are. And so what I tell people who ask me the question, what do you think my gift is? And I say, what are people saying about you? What are they saying, the things that you do? What are they observing about you? It's the people outside of your sector who can determine who you are. Jesus was talking to the disciples and he asked the question, who do men say I am? He says, some say you're Jeremiah. He says, some say you're Isaiah. Okay, tongue tie. All right. And then this guy says, you're Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. And he said to this guy, it's not so much that these other guys were wrong. It's just that their understanding, their perception of what Jesus was these other great men of the major prophets. All right. And Jesus told this guy, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you. But that right there, my Father must have told you that. All right. All right. So what are people saying about you and your gift or your brand? What is this thing that you're good at? And can you walk in a room and the people take notice? Huh? Tamara? Huh? What are people saying about you when you walk in the room? Do they say, oh, she's good at this, he's good at that? Or do they say, that's just so-and-so? And if somebody asks, well, who is she? She's just a good friend. If the people at a consensus are saying she's just a good friend, and they don't say what kind of friend you are or what you do in ministry or what you do in business, your brand is weak. Trying to tell you. And whatever your brand is, it depends on what your brand is. Everybody don't have the same brand. All right. So I took some notes here. All right. Because the reason why I put this here, because I want you to see how important these things are. I got 7 here. Y'all know I always work in 7s. All right. But there are two people who I want to quote today, and I want to start the show with, and I want to end the show with. The first one, of course, is MLK. But the next person who I want to quote is a man by the name of Marvin Winans. Yeah, he's probably one of the greatest songwriters, I think, in gospel music today, yesterday, and whenever. All right. The strategy broker is in the house. They really say that. Yeah. Yes, the strategic broker. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Hey, Annette, good to see you too. All right. These two people, Here, I want to quote them real quick. I want to quote Martin Luther King. 50 years ago, he said something in the greatest orator that I know. What is your life's blueprint? Here's what he said in October 26, 1967. All right. He began to talk. He says, I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is your life's blueprint? Whenever a building is constructed, you usually have an architect who draws a blueprint. And that blueprint serves as the pattern, as the guide, and a building is not well erected without a good, solid blueprint. And now each of you in the process of building the structure of your lives, and the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. Oh, it's brilliant. It's, I think, one of his greatest speeches. There's 3 that I know of Martin Luther King that is his greatest. But towards the end of the speech is what captivates me the most. He says, if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures, sweep streets like Beethoven composed music, sweep streets like Leontine Price sings before the Metropolitan Opera, sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry, sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well. If you can't be a pine at the top of the hill, be a shrub in the valley. Be the best little shrub on the side of the hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. And if you can't be a sun, go ahead, be a star. For it isn't by the size that you win or fail. Be the best, whatever you are. The greatest words of encouragement that we've heard over the past 50 years. Okay? That's what I'm saying here. Why are you constantly spending your life and your time and efforts and money trying to support someone else's brand and you have no identity? How long are you going to continue to work for someone else's brand and make them wealthy, make them well known, okay? Make them the model of the citizens of America, if not the world. You, the little workers, the little bee workers, all right, the little ant workers, trying to get someone else's brand going, and you have no identity, none. You know, one of the reasons why I Ubered. Uber was a supplemental income for me. I did it because it was good money, and I was able to pay some bills here and there, support some people in college, all right, buy some books here and do whatever I needed to do with Uber. But I realized there's one thing about my driving Uber. I was out there 5-10 hours, and sometimes more every day, working on somebody else's brand, okay? And all of my ideas and my dreams and aspirations and visions was sitting here in my office, just sitting there without me doing nothing with it because I was out there hustling for who? Mr. Uber. All right? Uber was paying me, yes. But could you imagine if I was Uber and not a worker for Uber? Now, I'm not going against you who do Uber and Lyft and ride sharing. Many people need to do that to supplement their income, and some do because that's the only income they have. Great. But some of you got this, you're sitting on a gold mine. You are sitting on a gold mine, and what you're doing is there's a couple hours you have in the day that you don't even fool with your branding, building up your name because you're too busy out there working for someone else. And then you come home and you turn on the TV and you waste 2 hours looking at some popular show that you need to watch. And those 2 hours you could have been using building up your brand, and you're not doing it. Come on, y'all. I don't understand. I don't think y'all getting what I'm saying. Do y'all get what I'm saying? All right. I tell you what. Let me talk about this. All right. Right here. Notice I put here. A basketball in my hand is a catastrophe. If anybody ever see me with a basketball, it is a catastrophe. I'll dribble, but most of that dribbling is coming from the spit from my mouth, because I can clap on the 2 and the 4. I could play the piano better than many of them, but give me a basketball and I am a horror story. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Put a hockey stick in my hand and you can forget it. It's over. I'm gonna hurt myself. All right, give me a golf club and I'm sorry. I played golf and I swang and that golf club went all the way across the field and it might have hit an old lady in the head. Y'all see where I'm going here. All right, but I tell you one thing, it's all about the branding, because if you put a basketball in Mike Jordan's hand, what's gonna happen? You see what I'm saying? Put a basketball in his hand and notice the brand. What is the brand? Is the brand the basketball or is the brand Michael Jordan? Anybody know? Anybody want to know? Okay. Michael Jordan, I'd say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Julius Erving, Steph Curry. You put a basketball in their hands and now you've got masterpiece theater. All right. You've got multi-million-dollar industry. You got people coming from all around the world. They're spending their mama's insulin money just to see what? Not so much the basketball. They want to see the brand. The brand is this guy right here. Y'all get what I'm saying? Come on. Tonil says the basketball is the product, but he is the brand. What about hockey, y'all? Y'all already know. You give me a hockey puck and I'm horrible. But if you give it to Wayne, what is his name? I think it's Gretzky. Gretzky, I think it's something like that. Is that how you spell the name? All right. Hockey, Wayne Gretzky. Bobby Orr. I'd say Gordon Howe, Sidney Crosby, Patrick Kane here in Chicago, Tony Esposito and Bobby Hull. These are Blackhawks, all right? And they ain't coming there to see hockey. They're coming there to see these guys right here, all right? Y'all already know where I'm going with the golf. You give it to Tiger Woods, and there you have it. You have one of the greatest games in the world when that black boy walk on that field. Okay, on that course, whatever you want to call it. Tiger and Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. All right. Oh, man, come on, y'all. What about a microphone? I mean, who could we use as far as a microphone? Because you can give me a microphone, and I'm telling you, I can do some stuff with a microphone. Yeah, I can. I can. You put the microphone in the face of a Winston Churchill, a Tony Robbins, a Les Brown. Okay, a T.D. Jakes, okay? Who do you know? All right, maybe even some of y'all Creflo Dollar, okay? Some type of inspirational speaker. All right, Maya Angelou, okay, or Martin Luther King, Barack Obama. You give them a microphone, and then you're gonna have something awesome. And you're not even looking at the microphone. The microphone is there, and it is exuberating throughout the arena. But the people are not coming there for a microphone. They're coming there for this guy right here, whoever it is, but question mark, okay? Because that guy there sells tickets and fills arenas. The brand. It's all about the brand. What about gym shoes? What can we do about gym shoes? Some of the greatest runners. You give me some gym shoes and I'll walk up the street and my hips will be hurting because I'm out of shape. But Alan Johnson, Usain Bolt, Michael Johnson, Edwin Moses, David Rudisha, all right, Ezekiel Kimboy, all these names, of course, most of them come from Africa. You give them some gym shoes and watch them work. Because the people go to these Bank of America run-a-thons and what have you, and it's not about the gym shoes. It's not about Bank of America. It's about the person who's running, because he is the brand. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all already know where I'm going with this. Yeah. What about football? You give me a football, and I'm going to be just like Charlie Brown. And what's her name? All right. She says, all right, kick the ball, and I'm going to be just like Charlie. I'm going to always fall for it. All right. But give it to Jim Brown, Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Reggie White, Peyton Manning, maybe even Dick Spartacus, okay? Whoever's still alive, okay? Give it to them. And the people come to these games and they fill in these arenas and they go broke for not the football. Man, I don't think y'all get it. I don't understand. Y'all don't think y'all get none of this. Y'all ain't getting none of this. You got to get this, okay? Well, what about baseball? What about baseball? Anybody know anything about baseball? Okay? Listen, y'all pretty much know where I'm going with this. That's the whole schematic of it all. Are you effective enough of you being your brand? Okay? I think Jay-Z might have said it best. He says, don't be just a businessman. He says, be a business. Man, I think it was brilliant. I don't listen to Jay-Z that much. I'm not into the rap, what have you. But that man is smart. Okay? Don't just be a businessman, but be a business. Man. I think the greatest example of all this is a show called Shark Tank. Shark Tank. Why? You got millionaires and billionaires sitting on the panel at Shark Tank. They all have their own brand. People are running in there, standing in line, trying to see these people who already have proved to you that they got a good brand. All right. Now they're sitting there willing to put money into what you have. And you got to watch this. Maybe you'll watch it tonight on CNBC. All right. Reruns all the time. Somebody walk in that room. All right. And guess what? Sometimes they don't even have a product. Number two, sometimes not only do they not have a product, they don't even have a prototype. Y'all know what a prototype is, right? Sometimes they walk in. Okay, let's assume that they walk in the room with a product. They got a product, all right? Here's my product, and yada, yada. Here's what it does. It slices, it dices, it cuts, okay? And it does these things. But wait, there's more, all right? They have to give this spiel here. All right. And then the questions come on the floor. These millionaires ask this. The one question they ask is, how many units did you sell? Why do you think they ask that? Well, number one, what's in it for me? Will I be able to make some money? That's what it is. But that's really not just what it is. How many units did you sell? I don't think y'all getting it. Anybody getting it yet? Anybody understand what I'm saying here? How many units did you sell? See, they are interested in the product. Yes. And here's what I've noticed. Somebody says, I sold 1 million units. Oh, wow. They're excited about that. But I've seen people walking in and says, well, we only sold about 100 units. Oh, that's too bad. You know what the next question they're going to ask this guy? Anybody want to know? Anybody know what the next question they're going to ask this guy? Here's what they're going to ask this guy or girl. They're going to say, tell me, y'all ain't getting this. Y'all ain't getting this. Tell me your story. Oh, I don't think y'all getting it. I don't think y'all understand it. Y'all better walk with me here. You better tag your friends, because this right here gonna bless you. All right? These millionaires and billionaires are standing there. Here's this nobody standing there wanting some money. I want $100,000 and we'll give you 10% on the product. Okay, where's the product? Well, there is no product. It's an intellectual product. Here's what it does. It slices and dices. So you have no product? No. Then they'll ask the question, tell us your story. Anybody understand? Yeah, anybody understand that? And I've seen people just tell their story and these sharks are throwing money at them. Why? Because of the story. Number two, somebody who sold 1 million copies of the product. They had a product already. They got it sold on the internet. They got it sold in snail mail or whatever, however they're selling it. Okay, drop shipping, whatever. And they sold 1 million units. The people say, "Oh, that's nice," but then they'll ask, "How much are you paying yourself?" All right. Then number two, they are going to examine how this person is talking, how this person is presenting themselves, how this person dresses. Is he stumbling over his words? Can he effectively introduce this product and sell it to the masses? And sometimes the sharks will say, I'll give you $100,000 for the product, but I want you out of the deal. Oh man, I don't think y'all getting it. What you say? They want to know what you did to get to that point. Let me tell you, I'm hyped here. I'm hyped. They'll say, give us your product and we will buy it, but we want to buy you out. Why? You stink. You're horrible at being a salesman. Even though this is your product and you created, we've realizing that you are going to hurt the sales more than, you understand? Because you're a horrible brand. You give us this product and then we'll sell it under our brand. Number 2, they'll buy this person out, take the product, and they will put the product on the shelf and won't touch it for a while. Yes, the sharks will do that. They'll say, I love this product. We want to buy you out, get rid of you. We take the product and put the product on the shelf. And we're done. Why? Because they realize how important you is as a brand. I don't think y'all get it. I don't think y'all understanding this. They need an effective spokesperson. Yes, Tanil. They need an effective spokesperson. Why you think the old man for Wendy's hamburgers was doing the commercials himself? He became a sensation of somebody that people really loved. He sold a lot of burgers because of his face. Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel, because of his face. All right? And that's just the way it was. So sometimes the CEO make a public appearance, okay, because it is him. He becomes the brand himself. Some CEOs become the brand. Right next to the car, the CEO is right there. I don't think y'all understand it. That's why commercials are so important to the masses. Look at Progressive Insurance. Who is the brand? Progressive is the brand. But who do they put next to the brand? They put Flo with all the white. She represents the brand. They put Jared next to the brand of Subway until he screwed it up. And he could have possibly bankrupt the brand of Subway because of his lifestyle. So they had to hurry and get rid of him. All right. So sometimes the person and the brand itself are equal. But in the Shark Tank's example that I'm giving you, they want to hear the story. How effective is the story? You know why? Because all of y'all are emotional shoppers. I don't think y'all getting it. Y'all are impulsive buyers. And when you walk into a store, the store know that you're impulsive. You can walk in. That's why they say never go to the grocery store hungry, because you're gonna buy everything in there and you're gonna bring it home, and some of that stuff gonna rot. All right. So y'all think y'all slick because now you eat before you go to the grocery store, but they know how to get you, man. They know, and they strategically have constructed that grocery store where certain items are placed where they are because they know how you think. When you walk into the store, when you turn to the right, what's over there to the right, y'all? Your nose pick up what's on the right. If you're a blind man walking into the store, your body automatically goes to the right. You know why? Because they specifically and strategically put the fresh fruits, vegetables, and that bread over there on the right-hand side. Rarely will you ever go in the store and the bread is on the left. The fresh items are on the left. Rarely does that happen. It's usually on the right-hand side where they're cooking and things. It's over there on the right, all right? And you turn your cart and go to the right. And then there's the dairy products, all right? That first aisle there's a whole bunch of aisles. But that very first aisle you go down are the sugary items. It's cornflakes and cereal. And they know to put the more unhealthier cereals on the floor, and they put the healthier ones at the top shelves because they know that you're coming in there with a child, and that child is about this high, and that child pull on you and say, Mama, I want this, because it's the sugary stuff, and they know that you're trying to think healthy, and they put the healthy ones up here. And here's what they do also, you don't know, that they do put the sugary stuff at the bottom, and they put them all the way until the middle aisles. The sugary go from the bottom all the way to the middle aisles, because some of y'all put your kids in carts, and the carts are right there. They know how you operate, because they know a good story sells products. That's why people can get money out of you because they know. The church acts the same way. Pastors and apostles and bishops and teachers and all, they act the same way. They know how to get you. Why? They tell you a good story. And Jesus used parables to teach lessons. Yes, he did. Told a story. So you can sell a product without the product even being invented yet. You ain't done nothing to create the product yet, but tell me your story. Here's my story, and here they go. Here they go. All right. This book here that I wrote called The 4 Women That Men Desire. Before I wrote one word, I told them the story. And I said, help. And people from around the country were sending me money because they believed what? In the story. But who do they believe in first? The brand. Who was the brand? Sirwalterj Jones. And whatever Sirwalterj Jones touch and do and say he gonna do, the people say, we believe in that brand. That's why if you're going to enter into the stock market, if you're going to buy any kind of stocks and bonds, why aren't you buying a bond or a stock of an item that you already have? You already own the iPhone, the iPad, and all these, the Android, and all these things. You already own it. You trust it. Why wouldn't you buy stock in something that is in your house that you use every single day? The brand. You see what I'm saying? So they trusted me. So my book is not my brand. I'm my brand, and the brand just happened to produce a book. All right? I went long, y'all. I'm sorry. Shop the perimeters of the store and you'll eat better. Come on. Y'all better do that. All right? So Marvin Winans had some wonderful lyrics here. And here is Marvin Winans' lyrics. The great Marvin Winans says, from a record from 1983. The record is called Long Time Coming. Y'all know that song, J-E-S-U-S. Okay, great song, great album. But here's his lyrics. The song is called A Gift Without a Giver. It was brilliant. When I was a boy, I'm reading these words and listening to them like, oh my goodness, this makes so much sense. He says, a gift without a giver is like a love without a lover. It's like honey without the hive. It's like the sun without the sky. I'd rather have the giver for the gifts they come alone. I'd rather have the composer, for in him lies the song. Give me the creator and not so much the creature. Give me the word and not so much the preacher. Woo! I'm trying to tell y'all understand? Some of you have lost notes and words and intellectual product to someone else. Somebody stole this and infringements of copyrights and all kind of stuff. All right? Did not you create it? Some of you can go and battle for it and sue and get your stuff back. That's fine. Thank God some of you can do that because of the laws we have today. But some of you lost some things. You forgot some things. Your iPhone, your laptop, your desktop, your external hard drive dropped in the water. There's a house fire, all kind of stuff, and you lost it. It's gone now forever. Yes, that's gone forever. But did you not create it? Were you not the creator of it? Aren't you the brand? Can't you recreate? Aren't you yet still alive? Notice the lyrics he says. Give me the creator and not so much the creature. That thing, hey, it died. All right, no problem. I'm Guggenheim and I can print some more in my printing press. And what's that printing press? Right here. I'm the giver. I gave the life. The life died, that's fine. I'm going to make another life. That's where you are. Your brand. When you walk in the room, people are supposed to admire who you are because they heard from others who you are. You be your brand and be the best at whatever you're trying to do. Be the best at it. but spend some time cultivating that brand. Spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever time you got. When you're in your car driving to work, you should be working on your brand. When you take lunch on your job, and even if it's a 15-minute break, you should be working on your brand. If you're watching a TV show and you know it's an important show and you got to watch it and they go to commercial, you should be working on your brand. When you're walking down to the mailbox, because y'all don't do that no more, you should be working on your brand as you're walking. As a man think in his heart, so is he. You should always be working on your brand. It may take you several weeks, months, or years to get to a place where some of us are. So what? We were just like you, but at least we did it. One step at a time. Hit the share button for those of you on YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Subscribe and hey, share with your friends and neighbors and all of you who are trying to start something. Start right here with the Sirwalterj Jones Show. Oh, the Sir Tribe. Y'all all right by me. We'll see you again maybe tomorrow. Bye-bye.